Soldier Field, still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the New York Jets. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. This defense for the Bears, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week. On 2nd down now, it's Hall, and he'll get this up only to about the 33. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. But not much on that run, Charles. No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Fields throw complete here to Kmet. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A big play there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Running with Montgomery from the pistol. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. Here's Fields.
He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
On is Santos for the Bears field goal.
From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And this is going to miss left. I don't think it even got there either. It's no good either way. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy. Kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Second down and 8.
They go play action now. Wilson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off at the 24. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Off the option, here's Montgomery.
Trucks over him.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
play action. It's Fields.
Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley.
And the Jets are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Now a give right side. It's Hall.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Now Wilson. A quick throw, but incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They go play action with Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Bears take over.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
1st down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Running left, Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's Fields. And this is going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They snap it to Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play. On first down, Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw going to be caught by Davis. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Here's Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Jets. Elijah Moore in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets will extend their lead here just before halftime. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Pettis now on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Back to throw, Fields.
Flush to his right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
42 yards on the ground for him so far.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Now Fields.
Sliding out of the pocket. Caught by Montgomery. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
On play action, Fields.
To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the 1st down. It's now 1st and goal.
A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at him.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
Justin Fields.
His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have cut it to within a score.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that challenge, a successful one.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears draw a bit closer. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score. Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
First down, New York.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Hall. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 37. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the fourth quarter. They'll run on first down. Hall, and he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Here's Wilson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And the Bears are right back in this football game. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
62 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's going to be held down inside the 20 at the 15.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
A throw left side taken in by Kmet.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we're watching them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Montgomery.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a one-score game. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for him.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. A carry here for the big tight end. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Kyle Rudolph. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from taking the lead in this game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Fields this way up at the 17. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Wilson. And the catch made by Walters. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Here's Wilson. And he'll find Hall. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Wilson to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Hall. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Now Wilson. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Hall. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Back to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Escaping the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
They'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he's across for a touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. He's got Mooney, and they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And one last throw here for Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Jets, it took a while, but they finally get that first win after 4 straight losses. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7.